When it was first settled here, there was a tremendous amount of a swampy area coming out of the Tularosa Creek River, and that swampy area, there were a lot of these red reeds, and the people that settled from Las Cruces area, the Spanish word for red reeds is Tularosa. It's surrounded by both mountain ranges, the San Andreas on the west and the Sacramentos on the east. It has a lava bed on the very far north side of it, and then of course it has the white sands, and it goes all the way to El Paso. It doesn't have a logical flow of water dumping it into anything else, so that's why it is the basin. It has a lot of town growth along the Sacramentos and very little town growth along the San Andreas. We consider Carrizosa the top of the picture, or the north end of the basin, and then it goes down to Tularosa itself, and then to Alamogordo, and south to Oro Grande, and then into El Paso area, or across the mountain range of San Augustine Pass into Las Cruces, the settlement of Tularosa and La Luz. So it was a big farming area in the beginning. And quite honestly, farming continued on until way into the 1970s, because there was a very large cotton industry here. And it was very significant because it was quality cotton, and it was the biggest industry in the basin. And of course, along with that farming was the ranching industry, and there was a tremendous amount of ranching here. Oliver Lee was, of course, the leader of that era, and it was quite heavy in cattle ranching until mid-century of the 1900s. We have a chuck wagon for Oliver Lee, and it was part of his Circle Cross Ranch, and it is on display in our museum here. And then we have other displays of things that have occurred here in the basin, different displays of clothing that people wore at different time frames. I have a favorite part, mainly because of what the subject matter is. That's a Native American display. Materials that were found in a cave here in the basin and brought in and donated to our museum. And it includes little sandals, and it includes some tools that they used and things like that. There is one piece that we have in that collection is part of a woven bowl. We're one of the few museums that has this. It's very ancient, and it's only a part of the bowl, but it is so finely woven. When you look at it, I mean, it is gorgeous the way it is woven. We have some very interesting exhibits. One of them is our 47th star flag. And of course, New Mexico is a 47th star. There weren't many flags made, and the reason there weren't was because we became a state in January, and Arizona became the 48th state in February. They normally create new flags in July, and so we never got into the cycle. We were out of the cycle, but we did get some handmade flags. And as I said before, there are a handful, and we have one of them, and ours is in very good shape. The town of Alamogordo is a planned community. Certain designated blocks had certain responsibility, and of course the infamous Block 50 was the block that allowed alcohol. This building was a bar, built in 1938. Over the period of time, it grew into this bigger building and a restaurant. We're on the corner of White Sands and 10th Street. Our address is 1004 North White Sands Boulevard. The hours of the museum are Monday through Saturday. We're open from 10 to 4. And our cost is $3 a person. Any children under 12 are free. This is the most fascinating historical place I have ever been in. And I've been in every state in the United States, so I know what's around. And I lived in the northern part of the country, and beautiful places, but nothing is historically significant. This basin has so much history. There's just so much to see.